You don't get this type of things every year. This, if you feel like you've not been happy with cinema in the past 3 to 4 years, girl, you didn't happen to like Oppenheimer last year, or Ant-Man before, or Godzilla -1, or Across the Spider-Verse, then definitely this movie has to be for you. Dude. Yeah, I'm going to let you start. Like, go for it. Let's just gush. Can you guys hear that silence? It's so loud.
Man, it was an absolute delight.
It was.
It was pure class. It was, like I said, we were at the park today, and I was like, yeah, some movies that you watch, and when you're watching it, it doesn't feel like you're watching a movie. It doesn't feel like it's people acting. It feels like you're watching real life. You're just participating.
A way of life.
Do you understand? You're participating in this. You're just somewhere, seeing all of this happening, and you're just there watching it. That was exactly how I felt when I was watching Dune. You know, you saw my small little claps when I was watching the movie.
Yeah.
There were some scenes that when I was just like watching it, I was like, damn.
What's going on?
It was so... Man, we really needed this movie, bro. Really, really, really.
Big time. I just saw a tweet today from discussing films, and they were talking. Dennis was like, if he could make a movie without dialogue, that he'd go for it. That he loves seeing the scenes, the photos instead of the dialogues. And then I was like, it had me all those moments where you'd clap, you know, just magnificent scenes. Even there was this shot of just Timothée Chalamet's face, and I was like, what a close up. It was just awesome, man.
It was just epic, man. Like I don't even know where to begin. And there is so much I can say without spoiling the movie. Because there was just so many great things to pick out of this movie. So many great things. And I tried so much to pick, like, because I always pick bad stuff when I'm watching a movie, because I'm just like, what is this, and all of that.
Trying to be overly critical.
But there was just so many good stuff that I was entirely lost in this greatness, man. I was entirely lost. I was just there, and I was just like, wow, class.
God, there's this like whole stretch of the scene where everyone has seen this in the trailer, when he gets to ride the grandfather worm.
When you rode that worm,
the whole cinema just went quiet for like the span of 5 to 7 minutes. Like nobody, before that you'd hear like people putting their hands in, trying to take out popcorn. Everybody kept quiet to try and experience this moment. And indeed it was a moment. Like it was so powerful.
It was such a scene. I was mind blown, honestly. Watching this, I really had such a magnificent time.
Yeah.
You oh man. It made power sweet.
Yes.
It made power sweet. It made me want to, I'm just like, you could see how he commanded this power. There was nothing that felt fake about it. It felt like he knew this is who he is. This is what it is. This is what it takes.
Yeah.
Man was 100% into this. Like I could feel the power exuding from his, you know, his display, his acting.
Yeah.
You know,
Timothy is a good actor, man.
He killed it, man. There was nothing. There was no questions I could ask whatsoever. If I was there, right, with the other Fremen, trust me, I'm gonna shout.
This one
guy. I'm gonna like Usu. I will do all of that because man, that is how you rile up a crowd.
Yeah.
When he went to the south, getting the conclave, when he walked up there, the things he said and the way he said it,
I was convinced.
The manner, the way he said it, man.
And I feel like that
Messiah.
That part, that in what they call it, inciting the crowd with his charisma and whatnot, it was further compounded by the fact that in the beginning he was like, no, I don't want anything to do with power.
He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. He was fighting so bad. But the moment he had the drink of life, water of life, he saw the past and then he saw the future. So it's, It's a lot of
It just
things.
made sense to him to, go for it. And really, he embraced it. Went from being humble. Remember when still guy was like, oh, this one guy is just humble, as it's written. And then went from that to being like full-blown Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great.
Emperor, man.
Emperor, almost like Jesus Christ type. Messianic. That's what he is. He was a messianic figure in this movie, and it was incredible. People were hearing of his name far and wide throughout the galaxy.
So basically, the whole thing of this Bene Gesserit is they had planted this faith/religion whatsoever in the Fremen. Yes, Grant.
Yeah.
So from what I was saying, all the prophecy was coming to pass. But in a way, his mom was trying to put things in place to make sure all of that happens. You understand? But still, some things were left to chance.
Yeah.
And he actually, went through all of those things. He passed those things.
They came to pass.
He actually did these things. And then it's now brought me to this whole, the prophecy, the man, like what to believe. And you can see how staunch, how strong Johnny is in not believing in the prophecy, but believing in who he is as a person.
Yeah.
The moment he strayed away from that path, you could see how aggressive and how angry she was.
Yeah, she became he became what's the word I'm looking for? He became what she wasn't going to believe in. She
never was ever gonna believe. Even the people, her own people, because she said they're
divided into
north, so the southern people, like, they totally believe in this shit. She did not, they don't, but most of the north started to believe in it.
Yeah.
But her alone,
she was so
said, I'm not
fighting
for him. I'm fighting for my people.
She knew the man. She knew the man before he became Wadi Bousul, or before. Well, she knew him while everybody was claiming
she knows
he was
him as a man.
She knows him as a man. That's basically it, man. And she was so.
When he's seen the prophecy, she's saying, "You've had so much spice." She doesn't want to believe.
You've had too much spice.
But then again, I felt bad for her, But then again, I told you before it happened, I was like, "This is how it's gonna be, man."
Yeah.
I was like, "This is just duty."
Yeah, it's duty
for him for his claim to be legitimate. This is the only way he has to do it. If not, there is no way. In as much as the other houses are saying they don't, his claim and everything,
his ascendance.
You get some of those houses will also accept it eventually. I'm very sure will come to his side because the emperor tried to kill his father or killed his father. There's so many wrongdoing on his family at his family and all of that. So but then that legitimacy he brings by. Sorry, I have to say this. That legitimacy
don't say it. Just
okay. That's I can't say that. But anyways, it's just how I felt when I was watching it, and before it happened, I was like, this is just how duty works.
Yeah, you called it, man.
This is just how duty works, and that is just how. And even the Bene Gesserit, in a way, had already prepared.
Prepared way. Like you can see like the biblical references between all that. The Bene Gesserits are like John the Baptist, the forerunners. They are setting the way.
Plant them here and there.
Exactly. It's just freaking ridiculous, and their methods, man. This is what I love. I love like this clandestine groups, planting the way, setting things up from the shadows. It's just epic, and the way they do it, and everybody knows that they do it, and they can't stop them. And their power is such a bad power for a sect of people like that to have. The voice.
That's crazy, man. Oh, abomination.
Epic, man. Yo, they were just key moments, and I feel Dennis really. He respected us with time. This movie was 2 hours, 46 minutes. That's including the starting credits and the ending credits. So everything together will be probably 2 hours, 30, 2 hours, 15. He respected us so much that he didn't want to keep us in the cinema for over 3 hours, even though I wouldn't have minded if it was the same length as Oppenheimer.
If they wanted to do the third part right there more time, I would have stayed. You know, I was just...
Yeah, that's the same vibe Across the Spider-Verse gave us, right? Like, just start beyond immediately.
It never felt like it was so long. And I was saying that the third part would be like maybe in 2028, 2030. It's so long.
Yeah, it's too
I'm going to read the books.
far.
I'm going to read the books.
Yeah.
I'm going to read the books.
I can't... Look, though, I'm actually thinking about reading the books.
I'm going to read the books.
But I think the books have more to the story compared to this.
Yeah, obviously it will. It will. I'm going to read the books and see, you know,
how it goes.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe this movie. Like, it was just incredible. It reminded me of when you were a kid and you heard, oh, The Matrix is coming out. Oh, Star Wars is coming out. Oh, Lord of the Rings is going, that type of thing, you know. And I think I want to term this type of movies is film at scale. It's like, because to me, this is not a movie. This is a film. This is pure cinema. So a film at scale, and you don't get this type of things every year. If you feel like you've not been happy with cinema in the past 3 to 4 years, guys, you didn't happen to like Oppenheimer last year, or Ant-Man before, or Godzilla -1, or Across the Spider-Verse, then definitely this movie has to be for you. But please see part 1 before you see it.
Bro. I can't watch it again.
Honestly, like, we should go back to the cinema and review it again.
I like how you said. I've forgotten how you said it, man. But you said so. I can't really put my finger on it right now.
What did I say?
Yeah, it was complete.
Yeah,
you know, it wasn't. There's no cliff.
Resolved.
It's resolved. That was
resolution.
The word. It's resolved. There was no like. If there was a cliffhanger, waiting that long would just
be disastrous, but we'll be killing ourselves. And it's the same way part 1 ended. You knew something else was coming on board. It wasn't like a longing. You felt the movie was complete.
Yep.
Same thing with part 2. It feels like a separate... I won't say it feels like a separate movie. It feels like a continuation, but still holds that type of vibe like a separate movie.
It ends well, but you want more.
Yeah.
And you're glad to know that there is more
There's more coming.
You're not crazy that, oh, what's going to happen to this, or what's going to... You know? You're expecting that, okay, this is the theme of the third or the second part because of how it ends. But then it kind of ends well.
Delivers on that promise.
It's just... It's well done.
It is, man.
The cinematography alone, the scenes, it was just
glorious, man. That's all that's like, it was complete.
Bro, let's not talk too much about it. Just go see. Do you have more to say?
I have a few more things to say,
ahead,
man. It's like, despite the movie being, you said this yesterday actually, so I want to like reiterate what you said. Despite the movie being so broad, so big, it wasn't just that. There were supporting areas, the characters, the plot, the mystery, the cinematography. Everything still supports how big this movie was going to be and how it was, man.
Yep.
This movie has set the standard for 2023.
Like, everybody just delivered too well. Like, it was as if everybody was everybody's rent was due.
Yeah.
You understand? Everybody was like, you know what? Like, they put their all into it.
They knew it was going to be great.
Like, Johnny, Zendaya actually did a great job playing that role, that character. Like, I don't know how, but I believed everything that she was doing.
Big time, man. And they gave her opportunity to show herself, which I love.
Like, I believed her, so like she's a leader in her own right. I believed everything. Like the war. Let me not spoil it for you guys.
She is one. I feel maybe next part they might give Florence Pugh like an opportunity to really show off her acting.
Yeah. Obviously, she's gonna have more. You know, she's gonna be. Let's leave it at that.
Let's leave it at that. What was I want to say? Some of the characters broadly complex, narrowly still complex. Like Still got such a narrow character, but he's a man of faith. He just gave me like that Morpheus vibe, you know. I don't care what you believe. I believe in you. When he said that line, I was like, that is Morpheus right there. He
believed in him before he believed in him. Even at this point, I don't even think he believes. He just knows that he has a duty and he has something to do, and that is just what it is.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's all.
And he knows that this is the only way to go about it. this is the only way. Still, God just believes in this whole religion, this whole thing, and that's what it is.
Nah,
you know.
The Fremen. Yesterday I was typing Fremen into my Apple, and it's corrected to Fremen. I was like, is Fremen just another like Freemen with one less e? It makes sense to me, because they are free they were free before the Harkonnens came down. You know?
Like you could see when in the part one, when the Arrakis came to Fremen, and they basically were trying to form some sort of relationship with them, because they are using spice for their own thing.
Yeah, it's a planetary travel.
Gets, and then the Fremen, they use spice for their own thing. So it's quite. So you just want to form some sort of relationship and not have to worry about these little but
them taking them out. It was such a beautiful,
such a simple
movie.
Story. Very simple. Nothing. It's just it's a simple story. I love it, man.
Honestly, I wish this movie was longer. Honestly, everybody killed it. That's all I would say. For me, I felt the experience was compounded because I saw part one immediately before seeing part two.
Yeah.
So if I was to recommend when you're going to see this movie, try and see part one a day before, a week before, an hour, 3 hours before, before you head out. Just try it that way. Awesome movie.
I actually saw part one again, I think
a few weeks ago,
January or so, and then but then I was just it was still fresh. It was still fresh.
The movie we needed. Oh, do you have anything else to say?
Nah, man, I'm good. Just go see it. Don't want to spoil it for you guys. Yeah. Just go see it.
Keeping it to the chest as much as we can. But if you want to converse more, if you want to spoil this in the comments, look, follow us on Instagram at pov.corn. That is at pov.corn, or drop a comment underneath the YouTube video. That's at the POVCORN podcast on YouTube, and also on Twitter, which we are very, very active on. That is POVCORN_. That's POVCORN_. And check us out